RAKAKA.se, Anders here. I'm standing here together with Jorosar, and we are at Cebit. And first of all, tell us what you are doing here, basically.
Yeah, sure. I'm currently here hosting the analysis desk at the StarCraft 2 World Championship. It's been a very, very difficult job, but really, really rewarding one so far. A lot of fun looking through all the games, seeing some of the really exciting plays that we've seen this week so far. And actually today we're going to be going into the bracket stages. So the group stages have finished now. We've had 3 players from each group advance, so we're down to the last 12, which is a pity because the 24 players that were here were so good. But we have to finally get down to an eventual winner. It's really nice as well that there's 4 Terran, 4 Zerg, and 4 Protoss in the final 12.
Nice. So, how does being an analyst differ from actually being a proper caster? I mean, what do you have to change?
Well, it's a big difference. First of all, I'm an analysis host as opposed to the analysts themselves. Obviously, we have 2 pro players on the desk that are analysts, and it's my job to make sure that the communication can be ferried back and forth from the main desk to the analysis desk as smoothly as possible. What people don't see on stream is that, of course, production are constantly talking to me, like making sure how much time do we have left, what time do we need to fill, at what point maybe we should think about going into the replay. And then during the games themselves, even when we're off camera, I'm constantly discussing with the pro players. It's like, okay, at what point do we want to show in the replay? What good questions are there to ask that the audience would like to hear back home and stuff like that. And actually the on-camera part of what we do is almost the easiest part because everything, like, we're sort of trying to plan it out and make sure beforehand that it's a really nice segment after the game itself. Off camera though is really where most of the work gets done, and what they don't see, of course, is that we're constantly communicating with backstage as well, even when we're on camera chatting, to make sure that everything's going smoothly. So that's been the toughest part of the job so far.
You have been traveling around to some offline events, but I mean, a lot of people, you're very famous for casting online tournaments.
Sure.
And I mean, tell us. I mean, there's so many people who gets into casting online, smaller online cups and so on, and not so many made it, but you made it. And I mean, tell us, to someone who's looking at this and thinking, I want to become like someone who casts actual offline tournaments. What's the secret?
I think the secret is, well, it's not so much of a secret. I really think it's just down to people's attitudes. At the end of the day, I'm obviously a play-by-play caster. I'm not going to come out here and be like, hey guys, I'm the next Artosis, and I go into analysis for 20 minutes. That's not what I do. My job is to try and make sure that the game stays lively and entertaining to as many people as possible. If someone comes in and watches the stream for the first time, and after hearing me talk through a game go, wow, I'd really like to try out this StarCraft game. To me, that's mission accomplished. That's why I love doing this. It's great to be able to get that kind of feeling out of someone. So I need to make sure I keep remembering all the time, I'm not trying to do everything. That's my role. I have the analyst next to me to help me with that. And I think for people coming from online cups to try and get into main events, think about what your job is and how you can help the community grow. I think it's really important to be constantly thinking about the end user, who's the guy sitting behind the screen watching the content you produce. If you always keep them in your view at all times when you think about what you're doing, I think that's the best attitude going forward. You shouldn't be thinking about, oh, how can I advance myself? Where's my career going to be in 6 months' time? How many Twitter followers am I going to have? Any of that kind of stuff, you need to throw all of that out the window. You have to do it for the community. And I think as long as you have that attitude, anyone can get in and with a bit of talent can make it and do these events. It's not a problem.
It's kind of a fresh start now for StarCraft with Heart of the Swarm coming out. It's a new whole season basically coming up with 2013. And I mean, what's your plans for the upcoming year, say? And I mean, are you going to continue to do more of the maybe analyst type of things, or I mean, are there any events that you're going to attend? For example, are we going to be able to see a DreamHack, for example?
Well, at the moment, the only event that I can publicly announce that I will be doing is the ESET UK Masters a little bit later on in March. That's going to be an amazing event. It's the UK's largest event, but they've doubled the prize pool compared to the previous one. So we have some Korean players and some really cool European pros joining in. I believe Todd's going to be there with me as well. So that's going to be a really cool weekend. They do a massive pub quiz on the Saturday night, and when I say massive pub quiz, I mean 500 people in a hall and there are kegs brought in. It's insane. Love it, absolutely love it. So I'm really looking forward to that. As for what events I'm going to be doing throughout the year, It's a little bit tricky at the moment because at the end of January I started my current full-time job, which is outside of esports. So I'm juggling esports at the same time as making a living as well, and that means that my time is a little bit constrained. For example, there are some days where I finish work at 6 and I'm rushing home for 7 o'clock so I could cast from 7 to 11, and before I know it, oh, I need to wake up in 8 hours, but I haven't actually had dinner yet, and all of a sudden things start backing up on you a bit. But I'm trying my best to book in as many live events as possible. I'm going to keep my attitude up. I'm going to make sure that any event that needs me, basically, I should be able to make it. So hopefully you'll see me in more places after April.
Right, well, good luck, and good luck in the future.
No, thanks very much, man. Good talking to you.